Welcome back to the Callum Talks AFC YouTube channel. Arsenal have just beaten Mansfield 2-1 in the 5th round of the FA Cup. And don't get me wrong, that was difficult. I underestimated Mansfield heavily once I saw we drew them in the FA Cup 5th round. I thought this was going to be a breeze in the park. I thought we were going to walk all over them. But no, it was a complete opposite to that. They gave a really good fight. I thought at parts of the game, they were actually dominating us. Oh, welcome back. My bad. They were actually dominating us at some parts of the game, and it's crazy. I mean, there was a part of the game where they had like 3 back-to-back shots, and you're thinking, oh my god, what is happening here then? But at the end of the day, we got the win. I was gonna say 3 points. We got the win, and that's all that matters because the quadruple is still on. Now, I don't think we are going to win the quadruple because it's going to be very difficult towards the end of the season. And you're already seeing right now 2 new injuries with Ricardo Calafiori and Leandro Trossard, both coming off with injuries. Yo, what's good, Musa, bro? How you doing? Make sure you like the live, as always. But 2 new injuries once again. And it's Calafiori again. That's like the 3rd time this season where he's been injured. And it's like, it's so frustrating because we need every single one of our players back, ready and fit for the rest of the season. But it's so frustrating because it seems like he gets back in the side and then he's injured again. He was so good at the start of the season where he was just injury-free. And then he picked the one up against Brighton, was out for a month, came back a couple of games, was out again against Wigan, and now he's injured again. And it's so frustrating. It was our starting formation. Our midfield was empty. Yeah, I know. Getting onto that midfield, we literally had no midfielders. Literally, if I go through the lineup, I actually predicted it bang on once Trossard came off injured. But the lineup was Kepa in goal, Marley Salmon, Mosquera, Calafiori, and then it was just a free-for-all after that. It was Madueke right wing-back, Martinelli left wing-back, Havertz and Norgard in midfield, Dalman, Trossard, Jesus. Like, there was no balance to that team, and it was quite evident that we were getting cut open throughout the first half because we had literally no midfield and they were just playing through us. But then after that, a moment of magic from Madueke getting us the goal, 1-0 up going into half time, and that's just exactly what you need. And then the second half comes, and again they come out the blocks firing. They want to win this game because this will be a big moment in their history. It's the first time they reached an FA Cup 5th round for about 50 odd years. It's been a long time for them. By the way, boys, if you're in there, make sure you like the live. And then they scored. Marley Salmon, I know he made a mistake, but at the end of the day, I don't care. Because Marley Salmon was the 16-year-old that stepped up when a few senior players didn't. Marley Salmon was good today. He looked composed on the ball. I was impressed with him. I don't care if he made the mistake. Things like that happen. And it was a bobbly pitch and the pitch wasn't good. So things like that happen. So Marley Salmon can leave the pitch today, leave the stadium today with his head held up high because I thought he was superb today. And then they scored 1-1 and you're thinking, oh no. Same against Portsmouth where we conceded. But then Eze comes on and it's just another moment of magic, smashes it into the top corner, 2-1. And from there, we didn't really look like conceding. Max Wildman, exactly, he was fantastic today. The fact that he didn't get man of the match is crazy. By the way, boys, if you are in here, make sure you tap the live, just like the stream. I don't know why I'm saying. Like the stream and subscribe. We go live every single day at 7 p.m. Obviously, it's not 7 p.m. right now. That's because Arsenal have just played and it's the match reaction. So like the live, okay? Mosquera has looked shaky past few. Toba, it's a bit harsh. I think Mosquera looked a bit shaky against Brighton because he picked up an early yellow card, which in my opinion was never yellow card. And then today, he just looked a bit shaky at times. But overall, he was okay. He was okay. Martinelli was the worst player I've seen. I'll get on to 2 players in particular. Martinelli is one of them. So frustrating today, honestly. So frustrating. But let's just be positive for now. I'll get on to the negative parts towards the end of the live. But positives. Max Dalman and Marley Salmon, 2 16-year-olds stepping up for Arsenal Football Club when we need him. The amount of runs where Max Dalman just picked up the ball and dribbled past 3 or 4 players and almost scored on like 3 different occasions is absolutely superb. Him and Rio Engamoa are the future of England. When I say future, I mean the next decade. Obviously, you've got the likes of Saka, who are 24. But flipping, Max Dowman is literally 8 years younger than Saka. And think about how young Saka is. That is absolutely mind-blowing. Max Dowman is 16 years old, and he's playing like that against Mansfield, a fully grown team. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. And Marley Salmon, by the way, I thought he was great, even though it was his fault for the goal. I think he just looked so composed, and it was just brilliant. Norgard played good. Yeah, Norgard did play good. I did like Norgard's performance today, and it just shows Norgard needs to play more often. I don't know why he is not playing more often in that midfield role when Zubimendi is getting tired and fatigued towards the end. And that is what's happening. Mikel Arteta has learned, because the past 2 games against Chelsea, I know Chelsea was Declan Rice injured, and then against Brighton he also came on. And that's what you like to see. You just like to see Norgard come off the bench more and give Zubimendi a rest. Give Declan Rice a rest, because you can't afford them to get injured. Real Max played so good. Exactly. Max Dowman played very well today, and I'm very impressed. We should give Dowman minutes against Leverkusen. That's a stretch. That is a stretch. I wouldn't mind it. I think Max Dowman would probably not look out of place. But it is a Champions League round of 16. Depending on what the score is, I hear it. If it is like a 3-0 already, you could bring on Max Dowman. But at the end of the day, I think Mikel Arteta just wants to kill the tie-off in the first leg. And maybe in the second leg, if the game is basically dead, then maybe Max Dowman come on. But the first leg, it is a bit of a stretch. Maybe second leg, yeah, maybe second leg. It all depends on what the score is. If it is a cage game, there's not a chance in hell that Max Dowman comes off the bench. Not because he's not good enough. It's just he isn't the type of player you want on the pitch to see out a game. He did work well. He did work very hard, by the way, today, tracking back. It wasn't like he was just bombing up the pitch and doing all the fancy skills and all the tricks and that. Even defensively, he was tracking back, and you can tell he is a very determined player for Arsenal. Nah, I won't play him in the UCL. Just compare the teams he played against. Yeah, I know, but Mikel Arteta's spoken so highly of him. I'm sure he's got the qualities to play against Bayer Leverkusen and not look out of place. He probably can do what he did today against Mansfield against Leverkusen. It's just more of the fact, can he do it at that stage is the issue. Can he, with all the pressure that's on this game? I mean, it's a 5:45 kickoff, so basically the whole world is watching because everyone's waiting for the 8 p.m. kickoff. The pressure is on. Can he do it? I'm not too sure. He is 16 years old. Would you want to put that pressure on him? Mikel Arteta probably. He brought him on when we were 1-0 down, by the way. His second appearance against Liverpool at Anfield when we were chasing the game. Mikel Arteta brought Max Dowman on. So, Max is ready, man. Trust me. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I think he is ready. I do think he is probably ready to play. But I'm a bit wary. And also, he has just come back from an injury which kept him out for about 3 months. So you also have to bear that in mind as well. So, you have to, he is 16. I mean, he's got about 20 years. Just think about it. He's got about 20 years, hopefully, at Arsenal. You don't want to just play him into the ground because you've seen what happened with Saka. And Saka started when he was 18. Saka started when he was 18 playing week in, week out. And now when he's gone to the age of 24, he can't really play 2-3 games a week without picking himself up an injury because he has been played into the ground. And that's what you have to just bear that in mind with Max Dowman. Because I do think Max Dowman is probably the best prospect we have at Arsenal. Higher than Miles Lewis-Skelly. Higher than Ethan Nwaneri. Higher than Marley Salmon, probably maybe even higher than Bukayo Saka when he was at that age as well. So we just have to be wary of him because I think he can be on to be generational. He is that good. So we just have to be careful with Max Dowman and the amount of minutes he is playing at the moment. I mean, he hasn't played that much, but he was on the bench against Brighton, and it just shows that Mikel Arteta trusts him to play in Premier League matches as well, which is very, very positive. Also, let me just give my credit to Mansfield. I thought they were so good today. When I say so good, obviously they weren't amazing. But for my expectations, along with just the difference between the two sides, one of them is fighting for all 4 competitions first in the Premier League, first in the Champions League group stages, in to the round of 16, favourites to go to the finals of the Champions League. They're in the final of the Carabao Cup, and now they're in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. And Mansfield, on the other hand, are in League One, sitting 16th. The difference between qualities in both sides, it's night and day. But they put up a fight, and it was a close game at parts. I mean, it was 1-1 at some points. And you have to give you credit to Mansfield, because I thought they were quite good today. But it's just two moments of quality from Eze and Madueke, which separates the two sides at the end of the day. What, she's going to get an ACL? Hamadoni, don't wish that on any player, mate. Musa says, yeah, credit to their keeper. Should have been worse. Yeah. Max Dalman probably should have scored 2 goals if he was clinical enough. He was dribbling past literally about 4 or 5 players. And it's just that end product where the keeper gets on the end of it. And also, Gabriel Jesus. Oh, okay. I'm gonna save Gabriel Jesus towards the end. But we had a few chances where we should have scored. Even Madueke, before he scored his goal, he literally had a shot about 5 seconds before where it was a good save from the keeper. Their keeper was very good today. And I thought, maybe if the keeper was having a bad day, it could have been 4 or 5. But at the end of the day, we got the win, and that's all that matters. It doesn't really matter at this point how we win. It's just about get the win. Honestly, I don't care how we win anymore from now to the end of the season. I just want to win, and that's the aim. That's the aim for every single game that we go into. Just win, win, win. I don't care how we play at this point, because we're approaching the end of the season, and wins is all that matters. At the start of the season, you want to see performances that convince you that you're going to go far towards the season. But we've had that this season. And now we're getting into the crunch time where we have to just keep on winning. Yo, I got to go. Hamadoni, I appreciate you for joining in, man. It means a lot, bro. I've seen you from day one. Even when I was streaming on TikTok, you were there. And I appreciate it heavily, man. Because it's iftar time. See you next time. Oh, I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. I'll see you next time, bro. Enjoy the rest of your day, bro. Enjoy it, man. I appreciate it. Absolute legend, Hamadoni. Big up to yourself, bro. Big up to yourself. Before you leave, make sure you like the live if you haven't already. But I'm pretty sure you have. Bro was such a hard watch. It was a hard watch. It wasn't pretty, but if you look at the pitch, it wasn't never gonna be pretty. You're never gonna see tiki-taka football. Maybe if it was at the Emirates, we would have just seen a Wigan where we beat them 4-0 within the first 30 minutes and just sit back and just, carry on. But it was at Mansfield, and you also have to bear in mind it is a cup final for them at the end of the day, and they want to prove something. A lot of eyes are watching, and they want something. They want to prove not to the world, but to the rest of the UK about their qualities. And you got to give their credits. And the main objective was just to win the game, and we did at the end of the day. But there was a few concerning performances and a few annoying things that happened throughout the game, like injuries, for example. As long as we win, Arteta could play the most disgusting football, and I'm glad. That is exactly how I'm at the minute, Toba. I could not care less how we win. If rival fans keep criticising how we play, I do not care. If we were to beat Mansfield 1-0 with a set piece, I just can't. I do not care. Honestly, I do not care at this point. I just want to keep on winning. Because if we keep on winning, we could go on to big things this season towards the end. And then we've got the World Cup. Hopefully England win. And then by the time it's December, you could probably see a Ballon d'Or shout for Declan Rice, maybe. I'm joking. But it's just all about winning. I don't care how ugly or disgusting it looks. I don't care. We just need to keep winning. And that's all that matters at the moment. I think we're 11 games unbeaten, by the way, which is surprising because about a week ago, 2 weeks ago, a lot of fans were saying title over, this, that, and the other. Yes, I know we drew 2 games in a row in the Premier League, but 11 games unbeaten, it's not too bad. To be fair, the goals were really nice. Yeah, the goals were 2 moments of quality from Eze and Madueke. Madueke's goal kind of dinks it over him. Not much power, but Eze's was just full power into the top corner, and that's exactly what you need. And that's what separated the two sides today. It was just 2 moments of quality. Once we win, I don't care. Exactly, Oliver. If we win, I don't care. If we lose, I care. But if we win and we play shit, I don't care, to be honest. I really don't care. Eze's score was great. Yeah, exactly, Toba. Exactly. When Trossard went down, commentary said it's good Brighton boss is not here because Did he actually say that, Musa? I didn't even hear the commentary say that. You know the commentators, how come Arsenal, every single time we play on TV, on TNT, how come it's always that same female commentator? I'm not saying it's bad. I've just noticed it. Like, the only time I hear her commentating is Arsenal games. She's not even a bad commentator. I've just noticed that, and I'm just like, I've never heard her ever commentate any other game on TNT apart from Arsenal's games. But fair enough, maybe she's an Arsenal fan. I don't know. But she's a good commentator at the end of the day. I don't know what her name is though. I think it's like, I don't wanna like get her name wrong. But no, for real, exactly. I swear it's always her, and then it's some other person. I wouldn't be surprised if she's in Germany on Wednesday commentating our game for Leverkusen. But it's just a small thing. It doesn't really matter. I'm in South Africa. I watch it on DSTV Supersport. Oh, that's why then, because I didn't hear that commentator. You're in South Africa. What time is it in South Africa? Does that mean you have to wake up early? Or late for, or is it like late in the day for you guys? Oh, it's late. It's 5 o'clock right now. Oh, it's 2 hours ahead. 2 hours ahead. I just watch it on a streaming website. Oh, careful, mate. 501. I actually never knew that you lived in South Africa. That's kind of sick. So it's 2 hours ahead. So it's not too bad. So for you, it was 2 o'clock. So like, when it is an 8 p.m. kickoff, that must be long for you because it will finish at around 12 o'clock now. But fair enough, that's dedication. We 2 hours behind. I think you're 2 hours ahead of us. You're 2 hours ahead of us. But anyways, let's get on to the injuries. Calafiori, it looks to be a hamstring injury. And then Leandro Trossard, it looks to be a reoccurring calf injury that he always gets. Hopefully they're both precautionary, and hopefully they might have felt something small and they just thought they don't want to risk it because it's a bad pitch and serious bad things could happen if they carry on. But if it's not precautionary and they've actually picked up serious injuries, then that is so frustrating. So frustrating, because it seems like, especially Ricardo Calafiori, he can just never stay fit, and it's like, what can this man... Like, at the start of the season, you've seen when he's just fully fit for a good couple of months, he is the best left back in the entire Premier League. Better than Cucurella, better than Nico O'Reilly. He was up there for shouts for the best left back in the league, up there for team of the season. Gets injuries, and then it's just constant injuries after injuries, and you're just thinking, oh my god. It's just so frustrating, man. It's so annoying. And Leandro Trossard, I didn't think he was good, but again, you don't want your players injured. You want every single player fit and available for the rest of the season. And, like, it's just the last thing that we want. To be fair, it was a proper FA Cup tie, real entertainment. Exactly all of it. It was a proper FA Cup tie. And FA Cup it's the magic of upsets. And we almost was on the end of it twice, with Portsmouth going 1-0 down within the first 2 minutes. Luckily for us, just quality set us aside. And again today, 1-1, you're thinking, please don't tell me it's another FA Cup upset. But no, it wasn't. We got the win at the end of the day, and that's all that matters. Hopefully we get a semi-easy draw again in the quarterfinal, because then we're only 1 win away from Wembley for the second time this season, which is very impressive for Arsenal Football Club. Yeah, Champions League games are hard this side. Yeah, it must be hard. Imagine, like, 10 o'clock's not too bad, but when it finishes, that is very long. And then you also have to tune into a Callum Talks AFC stream. You know what I mean? Like, could be long. But, nah, the credit to you, bro. Credit to you. I think they went out last night, Trossard. Calafiori, Nelly. Again, I'm saying it. I think we'd have left flank close. Honestly, the left-hand side, I mean, today it was so poor. I wasn't too keen on starting both Martinelli and Trossard when we didn't really need to start both our left wingers. When Trossard came off and Hincapié came on, that was the exact lineup that I predicted in pretty much the same positions. I said the back four. I said Havertz was going to start in the 8/10 role. I said Max Dalman was going to start. I said Marley Salmon was going to start. And then the front three is kind of obvious with Jesus, Madueke, and Martinelli. But I said it, and I think that should have been the 11 at the beginning. And Trossard coming off, it's so frustrating. Honestly, so frustrating. He looked so much better. Who did? Who looks so much better? Oh, Hincapié. Hincapié was very good today. Hincapié, again, just, he loves his football club. Did you see that last minute sprint towards the end of the game where he just into the defender, and into the attacker, sorry, and then at that point, I'm pretty sure the final whistle was blown. But Hincapié, he just looks so much better now in an Arsenal shirt. When he first joined, I was always backing him. I always said he was a good footballer. Obviously, other fans disagree, and everyone has their own opinion. But now he's really starting to gel into this squad, and you're seeing his real qualities. And he's up against his former club on Wednesday against by Leverkusen. So hopefully Hincapié and Kai Havertz score the old club syndrome, if you know what I'm saying. So hopefully we do see them start on Wednesday, and hopefully both of them get a goal, because that means we're 2-0 up, and that means hopefully we go to the quarterfinals. But forget about the Champions League game in a moment. I just want to say this, because we are approaching towards the end of the stream. We've been live for about 20 minutes now. And, wait, let's go through this comment. Yeah, that was good, but I was nervous he was going to injure himself on that pitch when he was sliding like that. Exactly, and when he was doing full sprints like that, I was just thinking, do not pull your hammy. Do not pull your hammy. But at the end of the day, he looks like he's all fine, and hopefully the two injuries aren't too serious. But what I do want to talk about is Gabriel Martinelli and Gabriel Jesus. And a few other senior players. I didn't think Kai Havertz was great today. Madueke, I mean, he got his goal, and I think he was one of our better attackers. Calafiori wasn't great. Mosquera looked a bit shaky, but at the end of the day, he wasn't that bad. But Gabriel Martinelli and Gabriel Jesus in particular, two senior players, two players that have a lot to prove, who are lacking minutes at the moment, that getting out of this game with two injuries is insane. Exactly. Elliot, by the way, make sure you like the live. It's good to see you again. But what's your thoughts on the game? Also, what I was going to say is Gabriel Martinelli and Gabriel Jesus, two players that have a lot to prove, because they're not getting fluent minutes at the moment. They are sitting on the bench quite a bit, especially Gabriel Jesus. I'm pretty sure the last time he played was against Wigan, which was a month ago, and did absolutely nothing. And you can't say it's the pitch, this, that, and the other, because two 16-year-olds outperformed both of them today. They look so much composed on the ball. Max Dalman in particular, driving past 3, 4, 5 players and getting a shot off. And then you see Gabriel Jesus and Gabriel Martinelli, two players that need to prove themselves. Whenever they got the ball, offside, losing the ball, getting tackled, doing nothing from it. It's so poor, and it's so frustrating, and it's something that needs addressing, because we all think Gabriel Jesus is leaving in the summer. Gabriel Martinelli might leave in the summer as well, and it's just like, you've got so much to prove, and this is your opportunity to prove yourself, and you're thinking, what are they doing? What on earth are they actually doing? Because it's just not good enough. We only have one Brazilian in this team, and that's the king of the Brazil. I can't even speak English. We have only got one Brazilian in this team, and that's the king of Brazil, and that is Gabriel Magalhães. Didn't feature today. I don't think he was on the bench either, and that's good. That's what you like to see. You don't want to see your players like Gabriel, like Rice, like Zubamendi, like Saliba playing in this game, because it's just pointless. By the way, boys, I've got 10 people in here. If you're in here, make sure you like the live and subscribe. We go live every single day at 7 p.m. usually. Obviously, we're live a lot earlier today, and that was because Arsenal played Mansfield very early on. So we go live whenever it's a match day. We go live about half an hour, 15 minutes to half an hour after the game, and then when it's just a normal day, when there's no Arsenal football on, then we will be live every single day at 7 p.m. So make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications and like the stream. Also, get in the comments below. What was your thoughts on the game? We'll go through every single comment. We don't miss a single comment. I think everyone in here can back it. Why do we get injuries in the easiest game? I just think it was the pitch. I think the pitch was what cost us today heavily in terms of injuries. The pitch was so bad. Jesus was so lazy. Yeah, he was. He was so lazy. He wasn't really doing much running. You didn't notice him on the ball that much. Going forward, he didn't really offer much. Link-up play, he wasn't at it. He was just so poor for me. Really, really poor. Musa says, can't make a simple pass. Yeah, he couldn't. Neither of them couldn't make a simple pass. And it's really, really frustrating. Before you go, you want City to lose to Newcastle or Madrid? No. I want City to beat Madrid. And I want Newcastle to beat City because I think in a FA Cup I would actually no, I want Man City to win both games because I want them to play just as much as we play. If you know what I'm saying. Oh, nah. I want Man City to get knocked out of the FA Cup, but I want them to win against Madrid. We need them to get into the round of 16. I mean, we need Man City to go to the quarterfinals against Bayern Munich, hopefully, in the Champions League. FA Cup is whatever. But, because if they do get to the quarterfinals, they will play Bayern Munich away from home before they play us at the Etihad. So that is very crucial. And we will play either one of Sporting or Bodo Glimt at home if we were to get there. So that could really benefit Arsenal. So we have to pray Man City beat Real Madrid. But if it's Newcastle, I don't really care. For me, Kepa keep, Kala sell if we have a better replacement. Injury prone. Mosquera need more game time. New backup right back if Ben going. Tonali as a replacement for Zubamendi. And 2 new left wingers. Kepa, I don't disagree. We could keep him. Calafiori, I get he's injury prone, but on his day he's fantastic. And if we've seen that we can keep him fit and available at the start of the season, and when he is fit and available, you see in his qualities. So I wouldn't sell him in my opinion. Mosquera does need get more game time, but at the end of the day, I mean, he's got Saliba and Gabriel in front of him. New right back if Ben is going. I agree. I think we are looking for a young new right back because I think Ben White might be exiting in the summer. Tonali, I agree. I do want Tonali. I made a TikTok on it yesterday. As a replacement, though, I don't think we should replace Zubamendi. I think Zubamendi is fine in that 6 role. Tonali as a rotation player with Declan Rice and Zubamendi, absolutely. And 2 new left wingers, I would just be happy with one. One left winger that can take Arsenal to the next level. That's all I really care about, to be honest. Oh, yeah? Elliot says, I want City to go through and through... You want City to go through to the FA Cup and Champions League except all the finals? Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Pretty much. Semi-finals, he says. He doesn't want Man City to go through. He wants Man City to go through but not reach the semi-finals. I agree. It's good to get them a lot of games, just like Arsenal saying. We're kind of even in terms of game time. And also, we have a better squad than them. So if we were to play 50-odd games, both of us, in a season, we are more likely to be able to get through the season with the squad that we have compared to the squad that they have. I feel like a few injuries and they're quite cooked. Elliot says, yeah, Calafiori is still a good squad player. I agree. No need to force selling him. Yeah, we don't need, like, if we're looking to make new signings in the summer, left back is one of the last positions that we need to go and focus on. I mean, Calafiori, Hincapié. By the way, Hincapié is an option to buy. He's on loan, but I'm pretty sure it was a buy option, a buy clause or something. And like, if it was like play 10 games, we've already done it. Like, I'm like 99.99999% sure that we're gonna get Hincapié for 52 million in the summer. So we're gonna have Hincapié as well, and we've also got Miles Lewis Skelly who can play there. So left back isn't really a position that we need to be focusing in on the summer. Oliver says, I personally want to sell Martinelli and get a new left winger. I agree. I would want to sell one of Martinelli or Trossard. I don't know who, because there's pros and cons to each player. Trossard is probably the better footballer, but Martinelli is also younger. But also with Martinelli being younger, you can get more profit from it. So it all depends, but I just want a left wing at the end of the day. Martinelli or Trossard, it all depends, but in my opinion, probably Martinelli, because you can cash in on him. With Trossard, he was probably going to only go for 15, 20 million. With Martinelli, you could probably sell him to Saudi for about 70 odd million. But I love Martinelli. I do think he is a good footballer on his day, but he can be a bit frustrating at times. Since Trossard is still good enough for cup games and lower wage, yeah, I guess. But, boys, we've been live for half an hour. That will be the end of the match reaction. Arsenal progress to the quarter-finals of the FA Cup after beating Mansfield in a cagey 2-1 win, with Madueke and Eze getting the 2 goals, 2 moments of magic that separates the two sides. It's a brilliant win. We're into the quarter-finals. Hopefully we get a home draw, and it's somewhat easy because we're only 1 win away from Wembley and reaching the semi-finals of the FA Cup. The quadruple is still on. Hopefully we can win the quadruple. If not, I want to see a few trophies this season. But it's been a good stream. I appreciate it, Oliver. Elliot, see you, mate. See you later, bro. Musa, big up to yourself. Big up, Elliot, as well. Big up everyone that joined the stream. Obviously, got Hamadoni as well. That was in earlier. Toba as well. It means a lot. We're trying to build the community up, and we're doing a very good job at it. We go live every single day at 7 p.m. UK time. And when Arsenal play, we usually go live 15-20 minutes after the match is done, so we can do our match reaction and discuss in the chat. So make sure you subscribe, turn on notifications. 500 subs. Yep, we are only a few more subs away from 500, which is massive. But yeah, make sure you like the stream. I'll be back tomorrow at 7 p.m. hopefully, if I'm not going out. I'm not too sure, but I'll keep you updated in on my other socials. Hope you collab with other YouTubers. Yeah, I might do some other collabs with some other YouTubers. But that is the end of the stream. It's been a good one. I'll see every single one of you tomorrow, hopefully. If it's not 7 p.m, it'll either be a bit later or a bit earlier. But I'm like 90% sure I will be back at 7 p.m. tomorrow. But thank you everyone for watching. And yeah, it's been a good one. Arsenal, yeah, another win. 4 wins on the bounce. It's been good. Appreciate everyone for tuning in, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.